It's almost afternoon. It's 11:53, and I'm gonna run home for about an hour, and then I gotta run back out and pick up my daughter. I meant to come on earlier, and have just been, as I do, every morning. I try to get started on my work early because I know if I don't, I lose momentum, I lose speed. So it was my intention to come on at like 8 or 9 o'clock this morning. Didn't happen. Um, but nevertheless, here I am. And so what I want us to talk about today is my most recent post. Tony Gaskins was on I Never Knew TV on YouTube. So if you're familiar with I Never Knew TV, they have a very large subscription following on YouTube, and they have a lot of different people that come on to talk about a lot of different things. Mainly African American folks, talking about us, our culture, and all of that. And so I want to talk a little bit about it. And I'm going to primarily speak to the ladies right now. I will primarily speak to the ladies. And y'all not going to like what I have to say, but that's okay. Like, if you know anything about me and my platform, okay. Like, all right. I'm all right with it. Y'all can be mad at me or, come for me and call me names. I'm perfectly fine with it. I didn't get this age being thin skinned. I have very thick skin. And I really, really need you to hear me. I need you to hear my heart. I need you to know, good morning, Melissa. I need you to know that this is coming from a place of love. This is coming from a place of wisdom. This is coming from a place of, okay, let me see if I can, hold on a second. We have someone in here. And let me see if I can find that person. I cannot. Of course I cannot. Hey, good morning. Of course I cannot. Okay, but I'm going to try to see if I can block this person. But ladies, hear my heart. Know that it's coming from, almost 56 years of wisdom. It's coming from love. There's no hate in me at all. And my number one desire for every good, healthy, feminine woman is to find a good, healthy, masculine man. That's my number one desire. I want you to have a man. I want you to have a good, healthy, loving partner because, I believe that makes the world a better place. Two people coming together, doing life together, sharing these bills and sharing these problems and supporting each other and loving each other and doing fun stuff together. Like, that's what makes the world go round, in my opinion. So I want you to have a man. I wish I could handpick a man for each of y'all. But here's what I need you to understand. Even if I did that, if I vetted out the best of the best of the best, the men that I know have good, strong moral character, the men that I know that, are great providers, the men that I know are just amazing. I kid you not. Half of y'all, probably more than half of y'all, you ready? More than half of you all would not want him. You would not want him. And look, it's me saying this. I want you to hear my heart. It's me saying this. I'm not picking nobody ugly. I'm not picking nobody disgusting. I'm not picking nobody with bad hygiene and multiple baby moms. Like, it's me doing the picking. It's me doing the picking. And 70% of y'all will say no. I don't want him. I don't like that. I don't do that. I don't, Here we go. And it's me doing the picking. And if y'all know me, you know how picky I am. You know how particular I am. I'm not going to put you with somebody crazy. I'm not going to put you with somebody that I believe has a bunch of red flags, low character, none of that. I wish I could handpick each of y'all a man. But can I keep it all the way real? Y'all wouldn't want, 70% of y'all wouldn't want him. And that's a problem. That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. You wouldn't give the dude a chance. And for silly reasons. And you know how I know? Because I used to be you. For silly reasons, you would not give that man a chance. Ridiculous reasons. I had the same ridiculous reasons. So let's see. Let's take our pick. We all want somebody 6'3", right? He got to be way taller than us. Not a little bit taller, way taller. Okay? We want him to be like fit to the point of like looking like a fitness model. And I don't know when the last time y'all been in the gym. Okay, you want a fitness model body, but I can't even tell it the last time you've been in the gym, the last time you lifted a weight, the last time you walked your behind around the block. And everything, you know, gotta be perfect. Perfect nails, perfect beard, and perfect hair, and the hairline, and the teeth, the smile, like everything has got to be perfect. And the clothes, the clothes, and the way he smell, and the this and the that. I mean, on and on and on and on and on. And don't even get me started on the way he talks, or the things that he likes or don't like, or I mean, it's mind altering. Well, he don't like this. He don't want to go and do this, or he does this, and I don't like that. Y'all, really? 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 I had some of these same silly, stupid things on my list. And I had to go back over my list because it was stupid. And if y'all have heard me talk before, so I'm not a big fan of beards, right? I'm not a big fan of beards. I'm just going to keep it. It's a preference. I'm not a big fan of men with beards. I like clean shaven men. I like men with haircuts. You know, I'm not a big fan of like long hair. I'm not a big fan of locks. I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to go there. I'm not a big fan of locks. I'm not a big fan of long hair. I'm not a big fan of beards. You know, it's a preference. It is a preference. That's all it is. And yet, you know, I had to ask myself, okay, but if my husband came into my life and he had a beard, if my husband came, and not one of them big, gnarly, nasty beards, okay, not that, okay, but just a beard. He has a beard. Or my husband came into my life and he had well-kept locks. Am I literally going to pass on the man of my dreams because he has locks? Because he has a beard? Because he has longer hair than mine? Like, come on. We're being ridiculous now. It's like, I get it that you have a preference, because I have preferences, right? I have preferences, and I understand that you have preferences, and you are entitled to your preferences. I'm not going to tell you you're not. However, your preferences could be blinding you. See, that's what I don't like about some people and their preferences. Their preferences take priority over what really should be important. Your preferences shouldn't blind you. And that's where I'm at now. I have my preferences. I have my non-negotiables too now. But my preferences do not blind me. It's not like I walk into a room and I can't see any man in there under 6'2". Like that's silly. 6'1", 6'2", that may be a preference, but I can see the men in there that's 5'9". I can see the men in there that's 5'10". I can see the men in there with beards. I can see the men in there that have locks, well-kept locks. Okay, I can see all of them. But you all let your preferences blind you to this person. You don't know anything about him. You don't know anything about his character. You don't know this guy could be the funniest, nicest, smartest, most godly. But because of that preference now eliminates you from even going any further. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. If the man has a beard and he is a scoundrel, I really don't want him. I really don't want him. If he's a scoundrel, if he's a liar, if he's a cheat, if he's, fake and phony, I really don't want him. Okay? Because in my mind, I'm thinking, darn, your character is poor and you got to be like, that sealed the deal for me. Like, if you got some things that I don't prefer, And I found out your character is bad. Yeah, I'm good. You got low integrity? Oh no, I'm good. And look, I'm gonna throw in that thing just to feel away. Oh, he got a beard too, you know. And look at him out here trying to mess with everybody with his fake self. Yeah, but don't let it blind you. Don't let it blind you. There was a young lady in my comment section talking about she wanted a man who had reached his full potential. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. Like, yeah, if you truly believe that, if that's truly what you're waiting on, you're going to be waiting forever. There is no man that has reached his full potential. You know when you're going to reach your full potential? Before you take your last breath. And most of y'all won't even reach it then. Most of you won't even reach it then. But this idea that a person has to be this is exactly what she said, 100% whole. She ain't 100% whole. I ain't 100% whole. I've done more work than the average person and I'm not there. Not even. I have work to do. And guess what? A lot of the work that I still have to do, it has to be done in a romantic relationship. That is where the work really happens. So for those of y'all that's been out of a relationship for months, if not years, like, I hate to break it to you, but you're going to find a guy and you're going to partner with him and you're going to be, you're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised at how you act. You're going to be surprised at how he acts. Because you're like, what is happening? No, boo, this is the trauma. This is the problems. These are the issues that get tripped when you're in the relationship. Because a lot of y'all, can I be real? A lot of y'all feel all good about yourself because you ain't been triggered. A lot of y'all feel like you got it going on and, oh, I'm 100% whole. Boo, that's because you're not with nobody. That's because you sitting at home by yourself with your cat or your dog. And what they gonna do? What they gonna say? They gonna go along with everything you say, go along with everything you do. How they gonna trigger you? But that's the truth. That is the truth. And what is concerning me is women are letting their preferences blind them. They can't see a man with, a bit of possible, okay, this could be a possible, option for me. This is a possible option for me, and let me explore that option. You all can't do that because of your preferences. And don't get me started on money. Y'all really not going to like this. You ready? Don't get me started on money, because the truth of the matter is this, ladies. 90% of us, 95% of us are not going to marry a man making more than $150,000. That's right. I just said it. You are not going to meet and marry a man making more than $150,000. And most of you, he gonna earn between 45 and maybe 110, maybe 115. That's it. So let this be the cold bucket of water, okay, on your unreasonable expectations, okay? Most of y'all, like I always say, I married a man, and at the time I married him, he was not a multimillionaire. He is now, because I married his potential. I married a man that after I had vetted and said, you know what, this man has the potential to be something. Like, we could build something really amazing together. That's what I did. I didn't wait at the finish line. You know what I did? I found a dark horse. I went into the stable and I looked at all the horses and I saw one over there. I was like, something about him says he's a winner. That's what a lot of y'all need to do. That's what a lot of y'all need to do. But guess what? Oh, in our Black community, we call it struggle love. And here's the thing, listen to me carefully if you have ears to hear. I am not sitting there telling you to take care of a man. I would never do that. I am not sitting there telling you to partner with a man who doesn't have a vision, who doesn't have a purpose, who doesn't have work ethic, who doesn't get up and make things happen. That is not what I am saying. But when you have the skill, when you have the discernment to choose a dark horse, you can see his future today. I could see my then husband's future on that day. This man is going to be something. This man is going to make big things happen. And he has. So I was in that 10%, 5% of women who are married to multimillionaires. That's it for me. Like, I technically have already experienced that life, and now here I am. That's probably not going to happen again. That's like lightning striking twice. I've long accepted that. I've long accepted the fact that it's unlikely, not probable. Okay, anything is possible, but we're not talking about possibility. We're talking about probability. It is not probable that I will meet and marry another multimillionaire, and I'm okay with that. Right now, I am looking for high character. I'm looking for high integrity. I'm looking for generosity. I'm looking for work ethic. I'm looking for a man with a vision and a purpose and all of that. Because can I be very honest? I know how to pick them. I know how to pick a good man. Every man I've ever been with has gotten better. And they'll all attest to that. They've all gotten better. I know how to pick a good man who's actually going to make something of himself, who's actually going to be somebody. I don't have any problem doing that. You all need to get better at that too. See, that is the real problem. You're choosing men who are not going to be better, don't have good work ethic, don't have good morals, don't have good values, don't have high character, don't have integrity, and now, oh, these men are messing me over. I got kids by two no good men. You need to look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror. You know what blows my mind every time? You know what blows my mind every time? When women come to me and they tell me how awful the men are that they've been with, how awful their children's father is, how awful the last man they dated was. And guess what? All you doing is telling on yourself. You sitting here and telling me, I don't have a clue how to pick a good man. I don't have a clue what to look for. I pick bad men. And then this is the cherry on top of the cake. I stay with them. I get pregnant by them. I take care of them. I pay their bills. I pay their child support. That's what you're telling me. So you think you throwing him under the bus? You look silly. You look ridiculous talking about the men you date that are horrible because you chose them. You chose those men. You stayed with them. You had kids with them. You look bad. You look bad. Can I go there? But that's the truth. That's the truth. And if nobody has told you, I'm here to tell you. I'm here to give you a dose of castor oil. Okay? A lot of y'all ain't gonna like it, but it's the truth. All right, let me go back to your comments because y'all know I get off on a tangent. Ooh, okay, there we go. Oh, but she said pass around a collection plate for this word. It's supposed to snow here today, y'all. Preferences might make you pass up your blessing for sure. Don't let your type be your trap. Yep. Impractical idealism is what I call it. Yep. And I mean, some of y'all are stuck in it. And honestly, can I be honest? It's a sign of immaturity. Like, it's a sign of immaturity. I recognize in my 20s and 30s, that's where I was. And now in my 40s and 50s, I'm not there anymore. I've grown. I've matured as a woman. And I've come to terms with, I can't expect something from someone that I can't give. Or give its complementary opposite. And we're going to talk about that. Yeah, she said, and has she met her full potential? Don't ask for something in others you don't have in yourself. Precisely. So you may either ask for what you have, and that's normally what I do. I ask for what it is I can provide. But I can also offer its complementary equal. And we're going to talk about that. And that's the difference between masculine and feminine. There are things that men can provide me that I won't provide them, but I will provide what they want. And that is what women have to wake up to. You want a 7-figure earner. You want a fit and healthy man. You want a man to look a certain way and be a certain height. Okay, now he's going to tell you what he wants. He's going to tell you what he wants for all of that. And if you can't provide it, if you're not her and you can't provide it, you don't qualify. You don't qualify for the job. Okay? So a man who has money, maybe he wants youth and beauty. I want a young, fertile, beautiful, loyal, faithful woman. I want a quiet woman. How about that? A lot of y'all can't provide that. I want a quiet woman. I want a collaborative woman. I want a submissive woman. I want a woman who is content. I want a woman who doesn't need everyone's attention. Y'all don't want to hear that. So either I can provide the same thing or I can provide its complementary opposite. That's it. So if the man says, hey, I want to partner with you. This is what I'm going to give. This is what I want back in return. Everybody on here needs to go somewhere and sit down and ask yourself if you can provide it. Can I give that person what they want? Okay? It's just like I had a man come to me. Look, y'all, 320. He was 320 all day long, 320 pounds. And he was like 6'1", 320 pounds all day long. And it wasn't a fit 320 pounds. It was a sloppy 320 pounds. And I need this and I want it. I said, really? Okay, I said, well, I want this and I want that. And he was like, well, I mean, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, you have to provide what I want. Why would I want a 6'1", sloppy, 320 pound man? And he had a beard. He didn't have a nice looking beard, y'all. He had a nasty beard. He had a nasty beard. His haircut was all gross and messy. I mean, he was gross. God forgive me, but the man was gross. He was gross. The thought of him touching me, the thought of him kissing me, the thought of him being on top of me made me want to throw up. And this dude was coming to me and he wanted some Anita. And I'm just saying, bruh, but I don't want what you offering. And we all need to wake up to that. Okay, she said 45 is like poverty level. Reginald 4188 says, I've been saying for years that trying to learn how to be in a relationship without actually being in a relationship is like trying to learn how to swim without ever getting in the water. That is the truth. There are some things you're only going to learn once you're in it. It's the truth. It's just like parenting. You out here telling people how to parent their kids and no, boo. Get you a child. Get you a child and live with it 24/7, 365 for 22 years and come back and tell me. Come back and tell me something. I tell people about parenting. That's because I've been parenting for 25 years. My kids, that's the longest relationship I've been in other than with my parents. So I think I do know something about parenting. My kids have they haven't gotten anybody pregnant. They haven't gotten pregnant. They've never been to jail. They don't drink alcohol. They don't smoke weed. They all work or go to school. Like, I think, I know a little something about parenting. All of my kids got sense. But come on now. Can I get a 75K, man? We're going to be straight. Yeah, I think you can. I think you can. Okay? But come on now. Like I said, if I vetted the man for you, I ain't going to give you no junk. And he ain't going to be perfect. He ain't going to be at 100% potential. But he is going to have some fire, some drive. He's going to be teachable. He's going to have character and integrity. And most of y'all not going to want him. There's two sides to that story. Some of the women tell him the story about the bad dad just have a grudge. Like I said, any woman who's talking bad about any man she's been with, you look real bad. You look real bad. You do, because you telling on yourself. I don't know how to pick no man. I stay too long. That's what you're saying. I stay too long. I put up with too much mess. And this the thing, ladies. Stop talking about that. Keep your mouth closed, because you're telling this man, hey, if you cut up, if you act up, if you ain't what you say you are, I'm going to stay too long. I'm going to try to figure you out. I'm going to try to fix you. That's what you're saying. You're telling the man, this is what I do. I'm going to put on blinders and try to fix you and try to help you in my codependent state. And I'm going to stay too long. We may have a child together. That's what you're talking about. A woman who is fully equipped and committed to play to the full capacity of your role. Exactly. That's it. And everybody has to leave room for everybody to do that. Women got to grow into their role. And all I ask is that you be willing. Men have to grow into and all I ask is that a man is willing. One of the first questions I ask on the telephone or on the first date is, what do you think about co-creating a healthy relationship? What do you think about that? What does that mean to you? What do you think about co-creating a healthy relationship? What does that mean to you? I ask that every single time. And either they don't have a clue or I explain it and they're like, well, yeah. I feel like, both of us. Okay. So you are willing to learn. You are willing to grow. You are willing to continue communicating. You are willing to do your part. You are willing to put time, energy, and effort. That's it. That's it. Men don't realize we got to fantasize going there with him. Look clean. Oh, Lord. Most of these men are gross. I'm keeping it real. Yeah. And I know a lot of men feel away. Commitment is to be reciprocated. Agreed. I always say that. A man initiates and a woman reciprocates all day long. All day, every day. A man initiates and a woman reciprocates. And fellas, that is one of the number one ways that a woman is good. She would make a good woman or a good partner. If she's not reciprocating, leave her alone. Leave her alone. And some of y'all try harder. Well, let me try harder. Let me lean in. Let me put pressure on her. No, there is no pressure. There is no pressure applied. There is simply interest, genuine, real interest, time, energy, and effort. And you should feel that coming back. And then you should do it again, and it should come back again. And you should do it again, and it should come back again. That's it. Is 45 really poverty? In some cities it is. In some cities it is. You can't live off of 45 in like New York, DC, LA. Some cities it is, unfortunately. But I want you to think about this. If he makes 45 and you make 45.50, together you make what? 95, 100. So there you go. You're a team. And I'm always going to say that. The least you should expect is partnership, especially now. I am hypergamous by nature. I will always try to reach up. However, where we are right now in 2024 with inflation and everything being the way it is and coming to the realization that most of us will not meet, date, or marry a man making more than $150,000 a year. That is just the reality. And y'all feel away. Y'all mad about that. You mad about me telling you the truth. But it's the truth. It's the truth. And however you feel about it, it's the truth. Okay? You never apply for any job unless you know you have prepared to fulfill the job description. Precisely. Not saying 45 is sufficient, but is it really poverty? Like I said, certain cities it is. It really is. That mean women have to help too? I mean, like I said, I tell women all the time, most of us are going to partner with a good man. We are going to come together with a good man. Remember my analogy where I said, if I'm making $90,000 and I meet a man who's making, let's say he's making $90,000. He has a home, I have a home. He has a car, I have a car. He got some kids, I got some kids. And we are maintaining what we have alone. Imagine what we could do if we partner together. So we walk up to the altar and in one day, we double everything we have. In one day, we now have 2 homes. We have 2 cars. We have $180,000 a year coming to the both of us. That's impressive. See, we don't talk about that enough. In one day, we can double everything we have just by partnering with someone. And that's what most of us are going to do. I'm just going to keep it 100. Most of us are going to partner with someone. Most women are not going to meet a man that's double earning what she's earning. They're not. They're not. And you can stay in the land of, well, that's what I want, and I'm not going to settle. Okay. And I'm perfectly fine with it. You can stay in that land. Resume versus potential. If you haven't done any personal development, you won't do it just because you get married. Precisely. So look for people who are growing on their own. I always say that. Growth mindset. That's on my list. That if a man is not reading anything, listening to anything, if he's watching sports all day, if he's not listening to any podcasts, if he's not going to therapy or coaching, if he's not doing anything as far as business is concerned, his money, I'll look at all of that. I look at all of that. If a man hasn't cracked a book since he was in high school, pass. If he's not willing to listen to some podcasts or look at some YouTube videos or, I mean, just something to grow, it's a hard pass for me. I am a sapiosexual. I am mentally stimulated. And that is a hard pass. We can't have a conversation. Like, I bring stuff to you. I share videos with you. You don't watch them. You don't look at them. We can't converse about them. It's a hard pass. It's a hard pass for me. It's a hard pass because I will eventually be miserable. I will be miserable with someone that doesn't want anything, that isn't about anything and doesn't want anything. And I don't want to be miserable. I think people who live in poverty would take umbrage with 45 being poverty. It ain't enough, but never mind. Okay. You can't get an apartment in New York City on $45,000 a year. You sure can't. You'd have a bunch of roommates. Yes. He says, see, now you're talking unity. That's the key to marriage. It really is. But see, y'all are going into it with the wrong mindset. A lot of women today are going into, marriage with this, princess mentality and, oh my God. I told y'all about that girl who was on Kendra G talking about, I want somebody to come and save me. I want a man to come and rescue me. I'm tired of working. I want to live the soft life. And she had all the talking points. It was sad. It was sad. It was a downright embarrassment. I don't want a man to save me. I don't need a man to save me. Now, he's going to try to be my hero and I'm going to let him. But it is not coming from a place of, oh, let me just shirk all my responsibilities as a grown up. Like, come on, I'm an adult. That man is going to come in and we're going to partner and both of our lives are going to get better. That's what's going to happen. Money going to come up. Like, we're going to come together. Now we got 2 homes. Okay. Do we need to rent both of these homes and buy another one? Do we need to, we going to look at all our bills. We're going to start paying down debt. We're going to trim the fat together. Like, we both didn't come up. I got a whole nother income coming in my house. I welcome it. Partnership is what I grew up seeing, and they are still partnering. It has turned into legacy, and I'm trying to fall into the family line. Excellent. That's what if only the church would have these hard conversations. Y'all, don't get me started on the church. Now, I love the Lord. Y'all know this. I'm Christ girl every day, all day. But what I'm seeing down here, it's not the spiritual aspect. It's not God. It's not Jesus. It's what's happening in the 3D. That's what's disappointing me. That's what's making me feel away. Is man. It ain't God. It's man. And in his imperfect state, he done given the church a bad name. He done given God a bad name. And look, y'all, I take it so personal. I really do. I take it so personal. My friends be like, why you take it so personal when people claim to love God or to, God first, they put that in their bio and they're out here cutting up. Like, why you take it so personal? I do. I take it personal when people who claim God don't act right. I take it personal. I really do. And I don't know how God feel about it, but I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad. Cause you know what in my mind? You just shut up. Just shut up. Like, why you got to claim to be Christian? Why you got to claim to love God and put him first? And that's the last thing you doing. All you have to do is be quiet. And that's how you know a lot of these people have the devil in them. Because that's what the devil would do. Oh, I love Jesus. I love God. And I'm out here doing porn. I'm out here. It's OnlyFans girls claiming to be Christian. Cardi B's claiming to be Christian. It burns me up so bad. It just burns me so bad to see people be so blasphemous. But, oh, I love God. It's all about Christ. And I'm like, wow. So, I have to pray on that, y'all. I have to pray on that because, don't get me started on the church. Do not get me started on. But you need to understand that is man. That is not God. That is not Christ. That's man. Man in his infallible state, in his imperfect state, is a damn fool. Like that. He don't know no better. But, y'all, that's nothing but the devil. That is nothing but the devil with men out here claiming to be godly and they not. That is nothing but the devil. That's exactly what he do. That wolf in sheep's clothing. So stay woke. Stay woke. Okay? What have you done in life to deserve a princess treatment? In life, you get what you put out. Soft life and princess mentality is an entitlement. It is. Yeah, the church is another lab. That's I have to go in. I gotta go in, y'all. The church, that's something totally different. Cause that get me hot. That get me hot, and I have to pray first. I have to pray before that live because I love my Lord. I love my God. I love my God, and that's why I say, is this like that video? I posted a video about grace where people are, it's just like Tony said. People are not interested in trying to be perfect. People are not interested in trying to be better. People are not interested in repenting. All they care about is grace. All they care about is I'm going to go out here, I'm going to act like a damn fool, and you know what? The blood of Jesus is going to wipe it all away. Y'all going to be surprised. I think a lot of y'all going to be surprised on the day of reckoning. Y'all going to show up, and God going to be like, nope. And you going to be like, but I love Jesus. I had God first in my bio. And what about grace? What about grace? No, because to me, it don't work that way. You cannot claim to love God and want to do the right thing, but you keep messing up. You keep messing up, and then you keep crying for grace. Well, as long as I call on Jesus, I'm going to be saved and this and that. I don't think it worked that way. I really don't. I think people who know something is wrong and they keep going towards it, I think God's going to deal with you. I really do. Because in his eyes, he's like, but it's wrong. So you keep going toward it. You keep diving into sin and talking about the blood and all. No. It don't work that way. Because it's wrong. So, yeah, don't get me started, y'all. Y'all check out that video by Tony Gaskins about the church. It's 2 of them on my timeline. Please check out that video. But he talked about that people don't want to be better. People, especially people in the church, especially Christians, they will sit in the church and ain't changed in 20 years, 30 years. They will go to church and look, a lot of people go to church based on their family. The family done passed down church. They don't have no relationship with God. They don't know anything about God. Ain't read the Bible. Don't know anything about what's in the Bible. And I go to church. And nothing about their life has changed. Still out here sinning. Still out here doing stuff they know is wrong. And don't get me started about the church. The church won't have no hard-hitting messages because they know they about to step on a whole lot of toes. That if they actually call people's foolishness out. If they actually said, you ain't supposed to be living together. You ain't supposed to be having sex before marriage. If they called a lot of the stuff that's in that book out, half of them people wouldn't be in that church. And guess what? That's half of the people money they wouldn't be getting. But I digress. I'm about to make y'all mad. It's also a misplaced aspect of feminism, but I'm not even going to start on how the feminists now want men to take care of them. Oh, yeah, because now, oh, yeah. What? This is hard. I'm not built for this. No kidding. Most women are not. Like I always tell you, the hardest thing a woman was designed to do is have a baby. Okay? We were designed to do the thing that men can't do. That's what makes me amazing. And then look, y'all. Oh, let me go here. I put that out on the video. Why a man come in the comments? That's no big deal. That ain't no big deal. Try it. Let's see you do it. Let's see you have a baby. Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't have a baby. Don't come on my platform talking no crazy mess. Yeah, that's the thing I can do that you can't. I can also feed that baby for over a year from my body. That's the thing I can do that you can't. Don't go there with me. God first, then your marriage, then everything else. Do women want to put their husband next after God? Many do not. It's true. It's true. It is absolutely true. For a lot of women, a man is their God. And that's what's got them in the predicament they're in. Man is their God. They claim religion and think it's claiming God. Yeah, it's no. Like I said, that's another live. Because like I said, y'all about to see me get hot. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. He says, all flowers don't bloom at the same time, hence grace. Yeah, but like I said, I think we all have our process, and I understand that, but I'm just going to keep it real. If you're over the age of 25 and your prefrontal cortex is cooked, and I tell you, plain as day, having sex outside of marriage is sinful, and you're going to reap the whirlwind of that. You're going to reap the repercussions of that. I mean, you're not, okay. Anything you do after that is sin. What's the grace that you need? Like anything you do after that, just know you're walking in sin. I did. When I was in a relationship and was having sex in that relationship, I knew I was in sin. I never once tried to be so prideful and so haughty as to think I wasn't in sin. That's what's mind altering. You all want to do it, and then when someone says it's sin, you want to feel a way about that. I knew it was sin. I knew I was wrong. Okay? The idea of repenting means, and sin no more. That's what Jesus told the woman at the well, remember? Yeah, I will forgive you and sin no more. You missed that part. A lot of y'all missed that part, but see, you want to keep diving into sin, but he's going to forgive me. Dive into sin, but he's going to forgive me. I don't think it's going to work that way. I really don't. That's just Anita. Now, I don't know everything, but I don't think it's going to work that way, y'all. I think some of y'all are going to be surprised. They've mastered religion, but don't have the relationship. Yep. Those are religious people, not godly people. He says if it's fuzzy in the pulpit, it's foggy on the pews. Can you explain the role of the prefrontal cortex in dating? It just basically says that once that part of your brain is fully developed, you should be able to split between your logical, rational mind and your evolutionary programming, your nature, your instinct, your intuition. You should be able to use all of it. Like once this is developed, you should be able to use your logical, rational mind. Because I've had some people say, oh, who we choose is based on evolutionary programming. It's based on nature. It's based on biology. But once you hit 25, you should be able to say, okay, even if my body goes in this direction or my body wants to do this, my mind should be able to say, but no, this isn't a good pick. This isn't a good choice. I get that I've had plenty of, men that I've dated that, yeah, my body liked them. My body was like, ooh, girl, oh Lord, I don't know what it is, something about him. But this told me, Anita, like, don't do that. I don't care what your body is telling you right now. I don't care how you're responding to him, his look, his touch. He is trouble. He's not good for you. See? And so this should be it should speak to you as well as your body, as well as your evolutionary program. It's just like hypergamy, right? People know that hypergamy is a part of our evolutionary programming. However, we have women now that are not reaching up. They're not reaching for men doing better than them. There are women in hypogamous situations. There are women reaching for men that are doing worse than them. So already we have gone against that evolutionary programming. We are accepting men who have what we have or less. So hypergamy in my mind, especially in the West, it isn't even a thing, because there are plenty of women out here who are with men who are not doing better than them, who are with men who don't have any resources, who aren't stronger, who aren't better. I see it all the time. And in my mind, I'm looking at these men like, oh, no, thank you. I don't want any part of that. This guy, just naturally doesn't, I just don't want any part of that. But we're seeing women, they act against that all the time. They choose men that are not better. So there is no reason to choose single motherhood in 2024. Nope. All these birth control methods. Nope. Keep your legs closed. Nope. Your children need a father. Exactly. So nope. Your mind must always be above your heart. I think or at least equal to. You should be able to toggle back and forth. Yeah, something about this person, I have a feeling for them, but if it don't make sense in your rational mind, you shouldn't go there, right? Because you can fall in love with a pedophile. You can fall in love with a murderer, right? You can meet a man, on a dating app or out and about, and something about him speaks to your soul, but the second you find out, yeah, I killed a guy. What? I killed a guy. I got into a bar fight and, I stabbed this guy and he died. that's it. Like right there. I don't care how great we were going. I don't care how good things were looking. I don't care about any of that. Once that fact comes into play, I'm good. And you should be too. Like that should be enough for you to say, no, thank you, like, and especially if he's just very matter of fact about it. There's no like, oh my God, I can't believe this. No, if he's just matter of fact, like, yeah, I killed this guy. Or yeah, I was found guilty of child pornography. Like, no, your prefrontal cortex should tell you no. Well, I mean, but he's so great and I think he has potential or I think I think he's better now. No, there's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from certain things. I need you to understand that. Okay? There's just no coming back from that. And so that's what I mean by you should be able to use your prefrontal cortex as well as your intuition, your instinct, your evolutionary programming. To me, all of that. You have all of that at your disposal. Why wouldn't you use all of it? But yes, we could be getting along great. Everything could be going great. But if I find out something that does not jive with my values or my morals, that is a non-negotiable, I can cut it off. Like I can clean cut it off. Like, no, I'm good. Oh, I got 3 kids, but I haven't seen them in 10 years. Do you pay child support? Like, what's the story behind that? Yeah, their mom moved across the country and, I just, and no, I don't pay child support. Oh, I'm good. Like I said, I'm good. This man don't have a feeling about his own blood. What do you think he gonna feel about me? Why would I get treated better? This man is not responsible for his own flesh and blood. So why would I think somehow he's gonna be better to me? He's not. He's not. So there are certain things that I hear and I go, nope. Okay, no, thank you. Tell them to look at 200 episodes of Fatal Attraction on TV One. All of those women are dead, thought they were in love. Yeah, it's sad. It is sad that people, it's sad to me that, and like I said, I was saying this in another live where I talked about, I've never been a victim of like sexual assault or sexual abuse. And I've always thought it's because, I trust my intuition. Like I really, really trust my intuition. When something doesn't feel right, when something doesn't, like if my stomach is in knots, if I have a pain in my chest or my throat, I trust that. I trust that. I can feel people's spirit. I can feel their demons. And I just go, you know what? I think I'm good. I think I'm good. And I go about my business. And I don't think enough women have that level of discernment. I don't think enough women use their intuition. And I don't think enough women just use common sense. Like people really want to buy into the fairy tale. They really want to buy into the love at first sight and, oh, a bad guy can change. I can change him. My love can change him. No, it can't. No, it can't. And that is a level of pride. That's a level of ego that certain women have. And I'm here to destroy that. I'm here to destroy that level of ego that you have that actually believes you could take a bad man and make him good. You can't. You can't. You need to pass. You need to pass on that guy. Okay? So please listen. Please listen and stop. Please stop saying things like, my situation is different. My situation is unique. It ain't. It ain't. It really ain't. That's your pride. That's your ego telling you that you're different or that this situation is different. And it really isn't. All the signs are there. This is the way it's going to go. And for me, like once I'm in a situation like that and I start seeing those signs, I just release it. I go, I got to drop it. I got to drop it. This is not going to get better. My love is not that special. Like I've done that work. I've done that ego work. And I am a very, I'm a unicorn in a lot of ways, but I am also a very humble unicorn in the sense of, I don't believe my love is magical and it can take, the worst, most awful man and turn it. No, I don't. I just release it. I just release it, and I say, nope, I'm not that powerful. I'm a pretty awesome woman, but I'm not that powerful. And a lot of y'all need to do that too. You need to stop going on these journeys to nowhere with some of these men. And remember, when I'm talking about Picking the dark horse. Let's go back to that. When I'm talking about picking the dark horse, again, there are certain stipulations that must be met. And you all are not meeting those stipulations because you're thinking, oh, Anita says, I should see what his potential is, or I should, stop waiting at the finish line and blah, blah. No, but he is going to show signs. He's going to show signs that he will get to the finish line. And that's what you all are not looking at. You're just picking any old man and, oh yeah, this is my dark horse, this is my dark horse and but see, once he starts showing you there's no vision, there's no work ethic, there's no humility, there's no grit, there's no resilience. Like he starts showing you, I don't have it in me to get to the finish line, and you just hang on because of that sunken cost fallacy. Well, I've been with him for a year. I've been with him for 4 years. I've been with him for 8 years. I got to get my investment back. Boo, you're not getting no investment back. You're not getting nothing back. Let go. Let go. Release him. And I don't care how long it's been. He is showing you all the signs that he's not going to get to the finish line. Let go. And like I said, I can teach you how to do this. It's not hard. I can teach you how to choose a dark horse. It really is not that hard, but instead you'd rather wait on the finish line, like that young lady who said, I want a man who's reached his potential. I want a man who's 100% whole. And she gonna be waiting right there. And look, all the men that make it to the finish line don't want her. They don't want her. They don't want her look. They don't want her size. They don't want whatever, right? They don't want her mouth. They don't want it. But what I'm asking you to do is start at the beginning. Start at the beginning of the race and be able to choose that dark horse. Someone that, ooh, he kind of at the beginning, but you know what? Something is telling me he's going to make it to the end. He's going to be at the end. But if I go here now, if we work together, if we partner together, we both going to get to the finish line. That's what I want to see y'all start doing. That's what I want to see y'all start doing. Okay? Okay, I had a comment here. Keep doing God's work, Dr. A. God bless you. Thank you. Bad guys can change, ma'am. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Guess what it's going to take? It's going to take a whole lot of Jesus. It's going to take a whole lot of God. It's going to take a whole lot of grit and something in them, right? It's going to take their willingness to change. Right? That's what it's going to take. And, and once I see, and this is where the woman come in. So if you tell me, hey, I was this guy, I'm no longer him, and now I'm this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it time. I'm not going to dive headfirst into you. I'm just going to give it time. I'm going to make sure that your words and your actions align. And if it looked like that's what it's going to be, okay, I may hitch my wagon to you, but it ain't going to be me doing it. I'm not going to be changing you. I'm not going to be, as they say, oh, hold me accountable. No, you better find some male accountability partners. It ain't going to be me. You better find some good men in your life. So, it's not going to be me. Many people are dating based on traumas. Oh my God. Oh, that's another live, y'all. I got a story to tell, but I got to do it in another live that they never heal from. So they date from a place of hurt. That's 90% of us. Yeah. She said it's not a woman's job to change him. Agreed. That's 90% of us though. The trauma is it's at an all-time high. I have a new client that the relationship was going perfectly fine. Everything was going great. And the woman she just pulled away. She just pulled away. She stopped coming over. It was crazy. And we could not for the life of us put our finger on what was happening. But apparently she got triggered. She had a death in her family and that triggered her trauma. And then she started acting up. And so please find that out on the front end. Okay, he said, absolutely none of what I'm saying is to absolve someone of accountability, of course. What if he has vision ADHD? Oh, Lord. Nah, he gotta buckle down. Okay? Yeah, they never seen a man. They've seen males. A lot of males. It's a lot of males. Yeah. What is vision ADHD? A million ideas that sound good, start projects and never finish them. No, that's not, no. There's no consistency behind it. You have to have a consistent, rubber meets the road. No. So the million ideas, absolutely not. And none of them come into fruition, absolutely not. No. And that's going to happen until he die. A million ideas and none of them are going to be nothing. No, you have to see a level of consistency. He has to pick something and stick with it. I have ADHD. I don't know if y'all know that. I have ADHD. I've had it my whole life. My daughter has it. And one thing I know about my ADHD is I've created hacks my whole life. I've never been medicated. But I create these hacks. I create these ways of operating in the world. And that is how I have developed a measure of success. So I have to really, have things in place so that I can be consistent. I can have follow through. And y'all, I still procrastinate. I'll sit down to write my notes and then something shiny will catch my eye. And then before you know it, I'm up and off and doing that. And then I have to come back. But what I've started doing now is I put on this, it's called 40 megahertz binaural beat. I put this sound on. So I put this sound on every time I need to sit down and focus, and it helps me to focus. It's amazing. I also use caffeine. I use caffeine to get focused. Caffeine works in people who have ADD and ADHD. It helps us to focus more, not less. So when people like us drink caffeine, it actually creates this laser focus. But he got to be consistent. Okay, he said he lived 2 lives in one. Good for you. Like I said, I'm down for anybody that's willing to course correct. I'm down for anybody that wants to course correct. If you want to course correct, I mean, that's amazing. And like I said, as long as I see the fruit of that, yeah, he said you'll know them by their fruit. Long as I see that, I'm good. Okay, vision ADHD is hilarious, but people out there who are definitely double-minded and all over the place, they need discipline. Agreed. Okay, so no, consistency is key. But you gotta have hacks. You gotta have little things that can hold you to a level that, okay, I know I need to do this. I know I need to do it this way or that way. And that's what I have. And I have people in my life that also help me, but I've just developed hacks. I really have. And people say all the time, like, my God, how did you get these 3 degrees? How do you have these businesses? How did you become successful? I said, hey, it was not easy. It was not easy because my mind can be all over the place. I run like there's a motor running me sometimes, and sometimes that leads to burnout. So I have to be very careful about that, because if it was up to me, I would work like 16-hour days, 7 days a week. And I know I can't do that. I know that's not healthy, but that's where, my mind will take me all the time. And so you just gotta develop some hacks and some workarounds. Some people do take medication. You gotta figure it out. But if that man cannot be consistent, if he does not have a consistent plan, nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't hit your wagon to him. She said, my mind goes a mile a minute. I do 100 things at once, but I can usually tackle things. But I'm pretty sure my mind shouldn't be moving as fast as it does. Yeah. But ladies, I got to go pick up my daughter in 9 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap this up by saying this. Your unreasonable expectations. I'm watching this person walk down my driveway. I'm wondering how this person is walking across my driveway. That's going to get you. See, that's the ADHD right there. You saw it right there in real time where I was talking and then I saw somebody in my mirror walking. I was like, why is this person walking down my driveway? But anyway, but that unreasonable expectations, I really need you to check that. Like, seriously. And you know how you're going to do it? I want you to go to a trusted friend or a trusted family member. Tell them what your preferences are versus your non-negotiables. Tell someone. And that person's going to let you know, hey, that's a preference. So that's really not a big deal. Like, you're making that into something you got to have when you really don't. Yeah, who is this person? Y'all, seriously. Because, see, we had some break-ins over the last 2 months. Who is this person walking around the neighborhood? What the heck? All right, y'all, I'm about to pull out and figure out who this person is, because I don't play that. Like I said, I got all these new cameras. I got all these new security cameras put up because I don't play that. I don't like people coming in my stuff and in my car and all that foolishness. But anyway, but yeah, this is something going on. I'm about to find out what it is. Because this person has walked past my car 3 times. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I got to figure out what it is. But I'm going to let y'all go. Ladies, talk to a trusted friend, talk to a coach, talk to your therapist, and let them check you. Let them let them let you know, hey, yeah, this is silly. This really ain't that big of a deal. You're making a big deal out of nothing. Let them tell you. And then I want you to reflect. That's all. Just reflect. Yeah, I got to figure out what this is, y'all. All right. Have a great rest of your day. It is starting to sleet outside. We're supposed to get some snow later tonight. So I'm looking forward to picking up my daughter, coming back, starting me a fire, and I'm going to be in for the rest of the day. I cannot wait. So I love these days. I love these snowy days, these bad weather days. I love these days because it gives me an excuse to sit my behind inside. So thank you so much, sweetheart. She said sermon on a Monday. Y'all needed this. So if you came in on the end, I need you to watch the replay. I'm about to put it up right now. I need you to watch the replay, okay? And you share this with as many people as you can because we need to get this message out. There's a lot of ladies, y'all. We got to do better. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, stay open to love.